Hi guys, this is Bailey. Today we're going to have a little coffee casual chat and to get to know me better. Alright, excuse me for scrambling my thoughts on what to share with you, but the first thing that popped into my head is this mystery part of my life is I was either born deaf or turned deaf shortly after. The reason why I say that is because my father told me that he saw me responding to certain sounds as a baby. Sorry, person walking. Like I was responding to sounds as a baby, and then I got sick before I turned 1 year old, I believe. Yeah, 1 year old. And Dad said that I had high fever. It wasn't meningitis though. We know that for sure because my doctor was rather hesitant in giving me medicine as a baby, so we know it wasn't meningitis. Anyway, it's just I was hospitalized as a baby, and they gave me medicine to break the fever, and we think that's what affected my hearing. But I started learning sign language at age 12. By what I mean by learning, I meant I was practicing the ABCs at age 12. I didn't really learn sign language. I would pick up randomly a word of sign like dog, school, teacher, cat, ball, computer, like random words that I would pick up, but I couldn't say I was proficient in sign language until last year. My friends and I made a pact that we would learn ASL together and get better at it. And the other way that we could get better at it too is that I discovered there's a deaf coffee chat here in San Antonio, Texas. And I told them all about it. I said, hey, this is the great way to practice ASL. And they agreed, although it was pretty late, so it starts at 7 p.m. but it doesn't end until like midnight. And that's pretty bad for them because both of my friends are mothers. So they have to take care of their children. So that may not work out for them, but it works out for me and my husband. So we went to our first deaf coffee chat like last Friday. Yeah, last Friday. No, 2 Fridays ago. Anyway, doesn't matter. What we imagine the coffee chat would be like, the group would be like, we thought there would be 10 people at the Starbucks. When we arrived, the Starbucks was jam-packed. Like, jam-packed that you in order to go order your drink, you had to come in, then turn to the line and just squeeze right through. There was so many people there, and when we got our drinks, we had nowhere to go, so we stood by the bar that we were at where we picked up our drinks, and every time people had to like squeeze by, my husband and I were just literally like, oh, suck it in and just let it by. It was hilarious. But I had a lot of fun. I know Frank had a lot of fun, so if you're learning ASL as well, definitely check out Deaf Coffee Chat. They will welcome you. They would gladly practice ASL with you. I mean, they were full-blown deaf, hard of hearing, cochlear implant, and ASL students there. So it was pretty awesome. After college, no, third year of college, I decided to train for a half marathon for the first time ever. I ran it in about 2 hours and 45 minutes, which is not bad for me, considering that I ran without water hydration plan, considering that I ran without any backup plans, any snacks to eat, or yeah, it was terrible. After I graduated, I decided to run another half marathon, and I did worse, even though I did plan my hydration part, but what I was missing was the snack part, so that got me in trouble. I finished in like 3 hours and some odd minutes. So shortly after that, I decided that I'm going to try again the year after. And I trained for it, and trained for it until 2 weeks, no, 4 weeks before the race. I thought I had stress fracture in my foot. So I took a week off, and then it got better. So I ran again, and then it got worse. And then I missed the race because of that. So, but thankfully, we got a refund, so that was okay. That was okay. My goal is to run a marathon race eventually. I thought about starting to train for a half marathon for the following year, 2018, and just start training like either at the end of December or beginning of January. My other goal beside running a marathon race is to become a parkour athlete by then. Just simply because parkour is a discipline that uses your entire body. You literally build body awareness, and you use your body for exercising push-ups, handstand push-ups, shrimp, pistol. It's like a single leg squat, but you go all the way down. And stuff like that. That's what I really like. Of course, I was really tempted by the roof culture, even though I probably won't do it. It's too high. Too high. I'll stay to the ground. Challenges. I'm taking on 2 challenges for this year. One of them is a kind of year-long challenge, and it's a reading challenge. My challenge to myself was to try to read 47 books in 47 weeks. And I don't remember how many books I've read so far, but it's a pretty small number right now. But the reason is 47 weeks instead of 52 weeks is because I'm also taking on that other challenge. It's a writing challenge set in November called NaNoWriMo, and it's an abbreviation for National November Writing Month. So, there's a person walking. Anyway. And that challenge is a huge challenge that I've taken for 2 years now. You have to write 50,000 words in 30 days. And when I first tried it out, I didn't come anywhere near that. I stopped at like 30,000 words by day 30, so it wasn't very good. But last year I finished 3 days early, having 52,000 words, over 52,000 words. So, but I cheated. I was doing 3 POVs, points of views, from 3 different characters. So this is where I got all my words from. But this year, I'm going to attempt to try to write 50,000 words in 30 days. But we will see how that goes. However, I already have a story idea, and I already kind of compiled a outline of events that has to be happen and is so different from normal everyday thing that you like, normal cliche like the good guys always wins and stuff like that. I'm challenging those cliches and changing it differently. It's like Supernatural TV show, but switchy sides. I'm coming from the bad guys part. So I'm really eager to write that, but I'm not allowed to touch it until November, which is killing me. But thankfully, I'm working on the last story that I'm writing, or wrote back last November. I'm currently editing that part with my friends, and they're giving me feedback, and they said that I have potential to, like, my story has potential, and I could potentially publish it if I really want to, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you up to date on that one. So, but my idea why I was telling you this is that I thought about doing daily November vlog, where I basically keep you up to date on how I'm doing, what are my struggles, what I did to get over the writing blocks or stuff like that, if any of you are writers too. So that's my idea. But I can't think of anything else to share with you. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions for me to answer for my next get to know me better video or whatever you want, please drop them down below in the comments. And I will see you next Saturday. Bye!